It's like,
Who do you think is like the best player right now in junior badminton? I think, in my opinion, I think it's William Hu. I think he's like just a great
I,
over-around player.
I think William Who's the most consistent. Like, he's just like too good at what he does. You will never beat, like, he is so strong, and you could tell he works very hard. This is all like my opinion on this.
Yeah.
This is very much like opinions. And it's like, you can tell he works very hard. He really grinds on his craft. But I think he is a very like there's no like, I don't know that I don't know how to say this. Like, it's like there's no place where I feel like he is growing. Like, there's no like area. It's more just like he's just getting better at what he's doing. But I think like with Joshua, he has a side of him that there's unpredictability. With William, you know what you're getting, but it's damn hard. Does that make sense? But with Joshua, you have this factor. Joshua Dunn, you have this factor where you're like, I feel a little uncomfortable. Does that make sense? With William, I don't feel uncomfortable. I feel like annoyed, angered, just like I know I'm dealing with something like hard. I just got to figure out the solution. I just got to keep doing it. But with these people, it's more like I might not figure out the solution. Does that make sense? I might not know how to beat them. That's what makes it harder, like figuring out what to do in that moment. Like, I remember I played William in junior nationals. Ice was literally like, dude, just get the bird back. The kid's going to lose. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the game strategy is a lot more simpler when it's there, but that's not to say he's bad. It's just his playing style and the way our playing styles go against each other. All he had to do, dude, literally listen to this. First two games in our junior nationals match, it's super intense because okay, yeah, like he's so capped. But like we played a tournament for that JIT. I lost 2 games. Like, usually I don't lose 2 games, but like I lost, right? And it was a pretty bad loss, I thought. And so junior nationals, we play. And first game, I win really well because I play super fast. Because I realize he can't handle my speed at all. He has no clue about speed, but when he gets into his speed, you can't do anything to him. You literally can't touch him. So once his coach realized, I remember his coach made that spark. His coach literally made that spark. That was so genius. It was literally, I was up 11-3 on this kid's second game after beating him 21-11. His coach was like, William, don't even like, because he would try pushing to me, but like, dude, once I know you're pushing, I'm much faster than William. Yeah. Does that make sense? If I know the pattern's happening, I'm faster than you at it. But if I don't know your pattern, I lose. Does that, like, I can't figure it out as fast.
Yeah.
But all William did was just lift it back for the whole game. He was just like, no, I'm not going to do anything but lift and clear for 2 hours. And so we play this grueling match. I go from 11-3 to lose 21-18. And the third game, it's so intense, 26-24. But it was like, dude, that game taught me so much about like, yeah, it was wild. Like the transitions, the mood swings, everything, the emotional roller coaster. It was crazy because I thought I was going to lose like third game. I was down like 20. I was like 19, 17, 19, 18. I caught up and then it was like 20 all. And then it was just this battle for point.
Yeah.
But it's like what you realize is in those moments you're never tired. I don't know. The people who really are good, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like they're never tired.
It's like that adrenaline rush, and you're like locked in. You're locked in.
Precisely. You see what I mean? Like anything else. Like both me and William in that moment want that win more than anyone in the world. We are willing to like kill for it. Like we just want it so bad. And it's like, yeah, that was a super good game. I remember that game. And then I had to play I played Josh before it, and then I played him, and then I played Don. And then I probably think, yeah. Yeah, go ahead. It was pretty interesting. It was pretty interesting because it was like I felt like if I beat Don, I probably would have won finals. Because Jacob and it's like once you beat one person from a club, their whole club is scared of you. Especially Valley View kids, come on, they're so capped. Like you look like they all just move in a bandwagon. It's all this just like one club. Like it's so cute. It's like they've got to do so much better about like cultivating talent. Like. It's as if their culture is okay with losing. And finally, we have Williams and Jacobs that are bringing it out in them, that are like making like their younger players want to win. Because as long as there's like an idol, you have people who are looking up to it and wanting to get better, right? Because there's always people like I love the people in Bellevue that are super chill, like Elias, like Nihal, and like there's this another Indian dude, Naveen. Those 3, you could tell they worked hard. They love the sport.
Naveen's a good player.
Like even though they didn't win, I love them because they want to win. Those are the people I want to do well. Does that make sense? It's not the people that are like doing well. It's like the people who like deserve it. The people who actually work hard and aren't able to win because they give it their all. Does that make sense? Yeah. I feel bad for like, yeah. But there's obviously something in the game that they're lacking. But it's like if the good players implemented that, they'd be broken. That's what I think.
Yeah.
The game would be
I think
shattered.
I think going back to like, Josh and William, I think Josh is still, in my opinion, he's still rising up. He still has a long way to
Yeah,
go. Like
yeah,
he's
yeah.
he's on his way up,
He
but
feels like a Philip
he
that
still
hasn't
has,
matured. Does that make sense? Like he hasn't
yeah.
understood what he is. He's like he yeah, I think dude, if Josh was here earlier, like if he was here younger, like if he started in third grade, he'd probably be killing everyone right now. That's what
I
I
think,
think. That's why I have
yeah,
so
I
much
think,
belief in his faith. Because I
yeah.
think his skill selection is a breed of like it's better. It's like yeah, I would say like very clean, very clean. Like his trick shots too, his skill. I haven't seen that in a long time. I haven't seen
Yeah.
that level of I just don't care about what you think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the shot type stuff.
Mhm.
Like that yeah, I like that. I like that individuality, you know? I appreciate that. We don't
Definitely.
have enough of that.
For
Everyone's
sure, for
trying too
sure.
much to be everyone else. It's like, no, be yourself. And you'll realize that being yourself nets rewards in life. It literally does. Just
Yeah.
gotta it takes a while to really understand who you are.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, Last question for you. Um, Actually, not the last question. I forgot this one. Um, but what would you have done differently if you could have done it all over again?
I just think I would have. One thing is like I just wish I worked harder. I don't even wish I had this knowledge. No. Because the point of the process is to like go through the experience, understand it. But it's like I just wish I could have like in those moments where like the pain feels like it's too much. I just wish I had overcome it and been like, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Yep, for sure, for
But
sure.
it's like yeah, in those crucial moments you realize it was just a little that you had to push more for that much, and the pain made it feel like it was so much more when it really wasn't. You just got to
Mhm.
cross that threshold. And it all comes in training and building it a habit. That's what I realized. It's not just it just randomly comes. Even though okay, I'll break it down. I actually have thought about this a lot. So I think there's like two types of people. I think like there's like people like me. Okay, we're intrinsically lucky because we have like a potential to overcome that pain regardless if we train. Does that make sense? That's why
Yeah,
I did well in tournaments. Like in
yeah,
the tournaments, like I would want it so bad that I could overcome that pain. I didn't need to like train too much for it. But as time went on, that like it became harder and harder to do that. Does that make sense?
yeah,
I was more
yeah.
and more tired, more and more fatigued. And so that's when I started realizing that's what you train for. The
Hmm.
training is literally there so that in those moments, like when you're straining your hardest, you can overcome it and you can just be like,
Yeah,
I can do it. I can manage this pain. Pain is just a temporary feeling to give me a reward later. But if you're not willing to
definitely.
put in that effort, you'll never get it. And that's what you realize. It's like, and you'll just end up regretting. That's where regret happens, when you're
Hmm.
not willing to put that effort when it's okay. A lot of times it's really not as hard as we make it out to be. We push that narrative.
Yeah,
We and the strong thing about that is I'll say this, you can push your own narrative, right? And so like next time you go to training, like anyone who's watching this, right, it's so important to just like go in and be like, I'm not it's my happiness is not hinged on success.
hmm,
It's very hinged on the fact that did I give it my all in this instant?
hmm,
Did I go home and be like, holy shit, I am tired? Like I went there and I was like, I gave it my all to badminton. Because I'm telling you, badminton will give back to you as much as you put in. More. You can learn so much. It's just we aren't putting enough. We aren't. We really aren't. That's what I think.
definitely.
It,
I
me
completely
included.
agree.
Me definitely included. Right? It's
Yeah,
like that's why I think Asia people do so much better. It's because they've trained their mind already. They've conquered the mind at such a young age. It's like all they're doing is just building their skills. Now it's just a skill war. We haven't even crossed like the mental war yet. We're still
yeah,
trying, like, we still have people who are going to training not like training their hardest, or like not even that. Like, there are people who come to training and they'll like they literally come as if their parents just like pushed forced them, and it's like, oh my god, those are the worst. Like, don't even work with me, don't even talk to me, man. I don't
I
like
feel you.
your energy is so negative. It's so like ew, it's
Hmm.
disgusting, man. It's
Hmm.
so disgusting. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I hope people like that, like, they understand it. It's so annoying. It's
But I
so
think
annoying.
it does take time for players to, mature, because when they come in, they are young, and sometimes they
Right,
don't have that like mindset yet. And then,
exactly.
but it is the coach's job to just implement that and kind of guide you towards that path of, hey, I want to do this by myself, and I want to
I'll
push
say
myself.
this. Yeah, I was exactly that person. Like in all this, I was that person who didn't work hard. And so what I'm saying is this: it's not that not that I'm like super like smart. Or no, no, no. I'm just trying to tell the people that who might regret later. No, 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 guys, it's so worth it now. It's so worth it to put in that effort now because you'll look back later and regretting sucks. Man,
Yeah.
that stuff actually is annoying. Like not many things like actually matter in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Regretting is a pretty annoying feeling. Regretting
Yep.
is a very because you'll never be able to go back. You can only look into the future. You can never change the past, which is a very beautiful thing. So it's like when you have the chance to look in the future and do a change about it, work on and do it in the present. It's so worth it. It's very much a mindset that you can use anywhere in life. It's the same thing. It's just work at your full potential when you need to, and then in the other times you don't have to. Just in that time, focus. Just really like put your all in, right? Yeah.
Definitely. For sure. I agree, you know, with like I think for myself too, I wish I worked harder too. But at the same time, when you were younger, it's not something that you can just
Dude,
like,
exactly.
you know, it's not like that. So, but it is important that now when you hear us talk about it and that, you know, we suggest, we encourage you to have that mindset, it's important to start thinking about
Precisely.
it.
Like
Right.
just think about it. Like even like think about yourself working hard. You don't like the process as humans, it's very hard to get rid of habits. Like just take your time with it, work with yourself, but set a goal to be like in the next 3 months, I want to get to a point where I can just go to training and train hard every day.
Yeah.
It's not hard. I feel like we haven't even reached that level, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
let's work on that. Let's work on that.
Yeah.
It's tough, but losing is even more tough, man. Losing is
Yeah.
a sad ass feeling. That
I
it's
know
a
what you mean.
pretty because no one wants to talk to you. No one wants to talk to you when you lose. Everyone wants to talk to you when you win. That's literally why
Exactly.
that's why
Exactly.
I don't that's why like don't talk to me regardless.
All of a
That's why I
sudden
would
when
be
you
calculated. Do you see what I mean? Like
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
like nah, don't talk to me. You're not worth my time. You
Yeah.
just like Bampton people are the worst about this, especially the
Yeah.
parents. Like they think they're all this like talking
Yeah.
to you. Like I like your whatever you say does not matter to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you tell me I'm all good. I'm all no. I literally do not care because you
Yeah.
weren't there when I was at the lows. The people who were with me at the lows, those are the people I ride with at my top.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so annoying, especially people like you. You understand. So
Yeah.
many people try to talk to you when you're at your highs. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, I've gone through the lows, so don't even try this like
Yeah.
act on me. It's not
Yeah.
worth it because it's like I spend time with the people that in my lows they told me I could, so that when I'm at my highs, they tell me I can still do it. I can do
Yeah.
more. They
Yeah.
motivate me to become the best version of myself. And it's not just people that tell me I'm good and that's enough. No. Be
Yeah.
with people that make you want more. Be with people that are like, they just want you to like,
Yeah.
they want you to win just as bad because when you win, they win too because they get to learn so much more and they get to explore different like aspects of them that they didn't know they had. And it's like
Mhm.
that is the true game of life.
Definitely.
Like,
Like I
dude,
know
right?
exactly what you're talking. Like once
Ah,
players get to like our level in junior badminton, where like you're at the top, and then people start kissing up to you, and then like you know they say all
dude,
these
it's
good
so
things, and then
irritating. And then you know what they'll say
once you
after?
lose,
Yeah, yeah.
like
They'll be
everything
like,
just like
oh, look at this cocky dude. Look at this. Shut up, kid. You were literally gassing me up while I was right before this. Like, why? Do you want me to go off on you? Do you ever win? No. So
yeah.
it's what like the like yeah. I just think that part that I would say it's a very like social aspect of badminton
Yeah.
that I very do not like. It's like,
Yeah.
no, kid, don't talk to me. Don't talk
Yeah.
to me if that's your intention to just gas me up. Because like I already do that. I don't need you to tell me that. Like I already think of myself like that. If you tell me like, oh, you could have worked better, or you're not that good, then I want to beat you. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Like
Yeah.
let's make it a strive for progress rather than like, oh, it's okay where we are. It's not the way
Yeah.
to look at it.
For sure,
Right.
for sure. I completely agree. But now, you know, you said you're still training like once a week, you know, with I remember you mentioned with Coach Hovia and Justin.
Yeah.
But I was just wondering, what is the difference between Coach Hovia and Coach Ice?
Dude, it's so sick. They're like, I honestly think there's like two main types of teachers in life. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you have the one that's super strict that forces you to do it, or you have one that like wants you to do it, but it's your choice. It really is your choice. You like to a certain point, you'll just be like, okay, it's fine. And with Ice, it was more like you had to do if you wanted to do. Like Ice got tired after a point where you just be like, dude, I just can't deal with all you guys not working hard, right? So you had to really want it. Then
Yeah.
you come to like people like Hovia. And I think Hovia is so beautiful because he brings a side of the game that I think a lot of kids need. Like a lot of kids need Hovia. Hovia just drops gems.
Yeah.
Hovia drops gems. Like, I got that whole concept of like, the reason why working hard is so important is because that action potentials that you in the latest one, he literally explained that so beautifully to these kids. I don't think they understood why it's so important, because I've gone through that moment. You've gone through that moment where it's like, in those last, like, it's not even a minute, man. It's like 5 seconds where you're like thinking like, can I do that lunge? Can I make that last effort to just, it's going to hurt, but can I do it? I will win the rally if I do it. And that is what he's trying to teach these kids, that it's like, it is so worth it to do it. It is so worth it to put that effort in. And guys, listen to me. I'm the laziest of them all. No, you think you're lazy. I'm a different breed of lazy. I do not care. But I'm telling you this. It's not even in badminton, in life. By doing, you feel good. And by doing, you want to do more. It's the same process in badminton. By working hard, you want to continue working hard. It's all just setting it into rhythm. It's all like getting yourself into the pattern of understanding it. So it's like, think about it like this. It's like, maybe right now you're not on that path, but you're like this. Okay, I know I have potential. I know I have it in me. In the next week, I'm going to start learning how to like, okay, this is one thing I really started doing that really helped me. And it was like this. There's a lot of things we do in our normal mundane life that are like easy things that we're just like, oh, I'm just too lazy for that. I'll give you an example. It's like laundry. I'd be like, oh, it's fine. Like, I'll just do that later. Obviously the time would come where I do it, but it's like, why not just do it in that moment? You save all those days where you like spent like thinking about it. Maybe I'll do it, right? But in badminton, it's way more costly. It's like you're losing if you're not on that wavelength, right? And like, like there's a finite difference between a winner and a loser. But once you hit the winner category, it's very cool, because then you're really, I feel like you got to experiment with yourself. You're really playing like an art form. Like badminton becomes like creative, like now that I'm out of this competition scene, like I'll tell you why I really want to work with Hovia. It's like it's an intentional thing. It was like, I realized I like didn't get that working hard part right. Like like I kind of really missed that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna walk into this training. The one thing I'm gonna do, even if I can't do everything, I will try my hardest in everything. And I will either fail because I had no more energy, or I will continue going. There is no such thing as giving up. Giving up is now removed from the equation. It is either a yes or a no. There are no maybes. It's like, no. Not with, because like, think about it like this. What people get very wrong. If you can train yourself physically, you can train yourself mentally. It's so easy, man. Like, if you can, like, you just got to get, like, the hardest part is physical pain because it's so tangible. You can feel it. And it's like, if you can conquer your legs, your body, you can conquer your mind too. And it's like the process of conquering your physical aspect is so hard because it takes you to mental states that you haven't reached before. But don't be scared. Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, don't be scared of uncomfortability. It's because that's where beauty occurs. Like, Tony, like, I feel like all of us have this. Like, we have these moments in training that just, like, sparked a new thought. Just, like, it just brought, like, something new because we were uncomfortable in that moment. We explored. We didn't get scared of it. We were like, okay, that looks really cool, but it's not fitting in my paradigm. How can I change it in some form that I can use it? And, like, guys, badminton is the coolest sport because it's like this. It's almost limitless in the fact that, yes, you have your style, but you can learn it. You really can. And I just want you to get out of this being like, thinking I can, not that I can. That's my main thing. I just want you to believe that it's always better to believe that you can than you can't. And trust me, it's all from personal experience. It's pretty crazy what you believe you can do when you can. It's crazy. It's like there was a couple of tournaments where I felt like I wasn't sure. And this was a lot of the times when I was like, okay, when I was second year and I was starting to play up, because I felt like I was a little ahead of my category. But you see, that's where I really figured out, like, I was annoyed at myself because I was like, I was above my category for a while. There was like U15 to U17. I felt like I was above until Alex made his like crazy like not resurgence, but he really just started going crazy. Like it was so hard to beat him. But there was this point of time where Eric had started to slip and everyone was kind of going down and I was trying to move up still. But the thing is, like, this is where I realized my own flaw, that I don't really work hard when I don't have someone my age or like someone who's like I'm looking to like beat.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like that's why I always try to tell myself I'm the best, because the moment you bring me someone who's like an antithesis of it, then I want to chase that and I want to make my statement true. And I just couldn't beat the age above me because I didn't work hard enough. Like I would work hard enough for my category, but I wouldn't work hard enough for the age above. And that pissed me off because I was like, I want to win. So losing there made me do better in my category. But I know I could have set my age, like, yeah, there, like I know I could have been number one in the age above mine. I know I could have, or like at least top 5, at least top 4. And I was like top 8. Like I would say I was better than most of them. But yeah, like I would say Goku, Ricky were above me. Other than that, I would say it's very evenly honest. They're not that good. Pretty trashy group, I would say. Like they're not that good. They're very like.
How about Bryce? How about Bryce?
Bryce, very good. I'm sorry. Bryce is so clean. Bryce is, if Alex was bigger, like Bryce is so damn clean at what he does. Underrated those kind of people. Like he reminds me of Jeffrey Quo. Like very solid, very just like. You can't like shake them unless you really just rattle them out of their element. It's very hard. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like badminton's, once you realize it, badminton's not very much just like you're trying to beat this dude. It's very style-based game. Like the way you play someone might be very, like you might think someone's hard, but I might not think they're hard, right? That's the beautiful thing. And it's like people like Bryce and Alex were like they irritated me because they were not better than me at anything but consistency. That's what I felt. There were nothing they were better than me at other than consistency, but the consistency would bring me down to the point where I'd be equal with them. And that's what Coach Phu was trying to tell me all my years. Like, Karthik, you could be so much better than everyone, not everyone, than your competition, but you let yourself be at their level because that's all you see of yourself. And then I explored the fact that, hey, maybe you can work hard regardless of others. Does it really matter that other people are around? You can really define your own worth with yourself, and that's like the most powerful thing I've like thought of.
For sure, completely agree. And you know, going back to the Coach Hovey thing, I can't speak on behalf of Coach Ice, but I can talk a little bit about Coach Hovey's training. I think the best thing, because I trained under him for Junior World Championships before, and I think the thing that he implements the most, that's the most important, was discipline, right? And I remember we went in, and then the first day, I think, or second day, and then Dean went in late. Okay, Dean went in late. Yeah. So we were training, and then he just made Dean hit against the wall for like 20, 30 minutes, just over there by himself.
You know what I mean? God. It's like, just by setting that, everyone now understands you must listen. Like, okay. The only coaches that I think do well are the coaches that don't have parents in their training or don't have parents watching. Those are their kids do the best. Because too many kids have their parents behind them just watching them in training. In tournaments, it's beautiful. You are their moral support. In training, never watch your kid play. Like, it ruins them. I'm talking to every parent that, like this is just stupidity. Don't ever watch your kid in training. Trust your coach or move to a new coach. And put it with a coach where you feel comfortable enough that you can leave him there and you know that he's getting better.
Some parents feel like they know more than the coach, and
it's almost cute. I talk to them and I'm just like, no, I try to stay away from that. But what I think about that stuff, it's not. Your kids will not win. I'll tell that to their face. Your kids do not win if you watch them in training because they don't have the space to grow. Like they're too much, because a lot of parents don't promote their kids. They're like, do this, do that. They don't really tell them, hey, you can do this. Hey, you can do that. A lot of them are just like, why aren't you getting it? Why? Like, the kid doesn't know, why are you asking the kid when he barely knows what he's doing? Like, he's a third grader trying to learn the sport, right? It's like, guys, relax. Let your kid become a human being and then mold it. Like, my parents really dialed it in when we were U11, U13, U15. That's when they dialed in discipline, because that's when you need it. When you're younger, let them grow and
have fun with the sport.
You have to love the sport before you get good at it. That is the beauty of it. I
Definitely.
loved badminton. I loved that thing. It gave me a sense of freedom that was unmatched, unparalleled. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm sure you feel the same. It was
Yeah.
this like I feel like I'm a weapon with a badminton racket. I literally can do stuff like I feel like so many people can't do, and it's so cool. It's like not even in a way like I'm better. No, no, it's so cool to have that thing because I'll say this: everything in life is interrelated. So
Mhm.
it's like this: if I fix something in badminton, I can fix it in real life. It's literally that simple. And the reason we have stuff like badminton in our life is because this it's something you're already good at, so you don't need to work from base scratch and get good at something to learn more about
Mhm.
yourself. No, you already
Yeah.
have this. Just learn more about it and become like that's the point of life, right? To really understand who you are and like become more in tune with that, right?
Yeah.
It's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool.
For sure. For sure. I completely agree. Now let's get into the viewers' questions. They actually have
Mm,
quite a bit for you.
yeah.
The first one is any plans of playing competitive badminton again?
No, 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 never. I'm interested in like too many other stuff now. It's like yeah, I have a crazy interest for CS. It's like
Hmm.
pretty cool. I'm like moving into AI, machine learning. That stuff is like
Mm.
pretty cool. And then I have like badminton. When I there was like a period of time where I was like, maybe, but I was like, it's, I I messed up too much to go back into it. I'll learn from it and move up.
Yep.
But I think I disrespected the sport too much. I
Hmm.
like I didn't pay. I did well because I just got like not lucky. I worked hard, but I could have done more. And I
Yep.
realized that, and now I'm gonna apply it because it's like you don't want to chase something in your past. No, no, no. You learned from it, move on, use it in your next things. So like I'm
Yep.
using it in like my music, fashion, stuff like that. Like so that's where like I'm moving towards a lot more because I realized a lot of the creative stuff is where the beauties lay. Like yeah, that a lot of the beauty lays in life in the creative aspect. So I'm like, okay, I have one interest in like the real life, which is like CS, which I'm
Yep.
really thrilled about. And then I have my other two passions that I like pursue as hobbies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure. Next question. Why are you not playing badminton anymore? Okay, you kind of just answered that though, but
Yeah, yeah.
kind of just.
It's like badminton was cool. Badminton was amazing. Badminton was I yeah, I miss competitions. People don't understand how fun that
Mhm.
stuff was because it's like
Yep.
competing is so fun because everyone wants it. Like everyone in that moment, like at least they're thinking of winning that much. They might not be as good, but at least they're thinking of it as much. And it's really cool to
Yep.
be in that environment because you realize how little of that you have in life.
Hmm.
It's more just a general competition. It's just like you're competing with people in your major for like internships. Cool, but that's such a big thing that I don't know. You really you only can understand the value of all this like after the fact. It's so annoying because I wish I valued it like during the thing, dude. I would have it frustrates me, but I understand that that's life, and the only way to overcome that is by doing it in the moments. There's no such thing as like regret, right?
Yep.
That's the main goal.
For sure. For sure. Next question. How did you prepare for a match mentally?
Mentally, I would say, dude, it's really not that hard, man. Real, like, well, I mean, what are you thinking? Like, just think about winning, man. It's
Yeah.
like what else are you focused on? What else is there to focus on? No one matters to me like right before a match. It's
Hmm.
just like no, I'm there. I come here to win. I don't come here to
Yep.
lose. I don't come here okay with losing. No, no, no. Right before the game's the most peak moment when I feel that. Like
Hmm.
it is maxed. I'm like, I'm going to win. Like I don't care about like I hope this dude cries after he loses. Like I don't care. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
promote in my mind so that in those moments where I feel like it's almost over, I can tell myself that again. That you
Yep.
want to crush him, boom, and finish it. That was just something I did. Okay. Everyone has their own things. I'm just saying that really worked well for me because it brought me to a confidence. Because I think a lot of people's issue is their confidence, dude. Like we did well because we had confidence in our shots. Like we had the shots that were above others, but our biggest thing was like we weren't scared to use it. We weren't scared to use what we had. Like you took that risk knowing that you've worked on it that much and you're like, okay, that's worth it. Like
Hmm.
you've got to get to that point. It's not, you can't be scared of like trying new shots. Like you've got to expose your uncomfortabilities in training so that
Yep.
before the tournament, there's nothing to doubt. Like, what do you have to doubt? It's like going into a test, but it's like you actually studied the whole thing. What do
Yep.
you have? Like, all you should be thinking about is like, I'm gonna ace this because that's what I'm gonna do. And in sports, it's way better because it's not as BS and like as like school is, right? Because like in sports, there's a finite thing to tell you if you won or not, and that's what like that's how I used to get ready for them.
For sure, for sure. That's great. I think yeah, you're right. Everybody has their own way of like getting
Yeah.
ready mentally.
But
So,
it's
but it is
like the
important
biggest
to
thing
have
is like, yeah,
confidence. It is important to have
exactly.
confidence.
Like tune your mind, figure out how you focus well, and then do that. Because there are too many distractions out there trying to like move you around, people trying to talk to you. No, no. I think one thing that works for everyone, be alone. Be alone with yourself. You like too many people like they're trying to talk too much, this, that. No, no, no. Have some time to yourself.
For
Understand
sure.
what this means to you and why it means to you. Like I like, yeah, it's such a basic concept, but it does a lot. It does a lot.
Yep. Great. Next question. Who was your toughest opponent?
Alex. No, dude, no. People don't understand. That shit was crazy, man. Playing Alex was so tiring. You almost not wanted to play sometimes. You were just like, man, this is going like not in a bad sense. You were just like, holy shit, I am tired. Like he made me work. There were not many players that actually made me like work like insanely hard, where like I just had to be on it all the time. Because okay, when first Alex had started finding this like really good consistent style, he wasn't as good at it. He was playing very easy placement shots. He wouldn't like place it well. But then he started moving into an area I was like, holy, this is scary. Because he started placing his shots and they were clean and they were like very well placed. And I was like, okay, now I have to step my game up. Now I have to bring up speed, athletic. I have to bring my aspects up so that I can match his consistency. That's how I would look at it. You see, I wasn't like, okay, maybe I'll increase my consistency. No. I thought about like, okay, I'll increase what I'm good at so I can match him at his. And so,
Definitely.
yeah, it was Alex was like Bryce was tough for me the age above, but it was very fun playing Bryce because playing as a younger kid, it's the best feeling on the planet.
Yeah, because you had no
I know
pressure.
Bryce exactly. I know Bryce has pressure. I know. I can feel. You can feel pressure in tournaments, but I have that same pressure when I play someone younger than me. It's the most beautiful playing when you're playing someone older because there's no pressure. It's like, dude, you can literally do whatever you want and it does not matter. Just try your best and aim for that win. If you don't, it's okay. But
Yeah.
other than that, I would say Clayton was tough when I was younger. Clayton was a monster when I was younger, man. We would like Clayton. We would actually battle. Like he would win JIT, I'd win junior nationals. I won junior nationals. So he always won JIT, I think, and it would be so frustrating because I wanted to win both. He was like that one person who just kept like, yeah. He really made it tough for me to win singles when I was younger, but it was really good. It was really good. Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
But what about you? Like,
Alex is a great
who do
player.
you think? Like, who do you think was like
Toughest
insanely hard
opponent.
for you? Yeah. In not even single,
The
in doubles, I
hardest,
feel.
the hardest opponent for me was probably Eric. Eric Duong. I love Eric, but like
I forgot about Eric. Eric is pretty insane.
Eric for me,
is
Eric
so
is like
good.
in singles. For me, Eric is like kryptonite, cause like me and
Bro, I
Eric always
understand.
play against each other in the finals, and
Like,
then like usually by the time I get to the finals to play singles, I'm usually like when like the one I played in nationals against you in singles, like
yeah,
you could tell I was just gone already.
yeah,
But
yeah.
but like when I play Eric in singles, it's just this because I see him all the time and I play him all the time. It's just, oh, here we go again. It's just, I know it's gonna be a tough match. I know it's gonna be a long match. It's gonna be, oh
That's
my god,
exactly
dragon
it with
ass.
Alex. Like, Eric is like if Dean was slightly less skilled, but way better consistency. That is literally what Eric is. Eric is so hard, dude. No. Eric is like people like Josh. They actually think about the game themselves. Those are the no. I'm gonna say it so straight. People, those are the hardest people. Everyone else are bots. They're literally bots. They don't even think of the game. You guys literally just like play the game because someone told you how to play the game. No. The real beauty is when you figure out how you would think of the game and play it that way. Eric, like people like you, Josh,
He's
like
very
people like that,
unpredictable. Eric's so
because
unpredictable.
they're thinking of it on their own wavelength. They're playing it the way they think. That's what makes them tough, especially people like him and Dean. I would say the reason they're so much tough is because they actually think about the game differently. They're like, if I do this and I like react with this, they won't be able to get it. And they do these little patterns that are so tough, man. Like playing
Yeah.
Eric is so hard. It's so
Yeah.
hard. Like I know what you're talking about. Like, because in training, I would
Yeah.
play against these people. And like in training, I'm not at my peak because I literally don't care in training. But they would make me care because they'd be like, damn, dude,
Yeah.
like Eric plays with such unpredictable. I know exactly what
Yeah.
his
Eric's a
net
good
drops too are
And he
like
has
people need to
crazy
get on
trick
that.
shots too. You know what he did to me once? He did
What?
this like cross court, like front. You know how you do the cross court in the net?
Yeah.
He did this thing where he just cut it. He just went pat, and then
Oh,
it just.
that's like
Oh
yoga.
my.
No. His whole group, like that whole yoga's group
Oh
does
my.
that. It's so insane. That's the one trick shot I never was really good at.
I was
But
like,
they're
what the
insane
heck
at
just happened?
right? I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
dude,
ridiculous.
yeah. It's like dude, I love that stuff because it's like real and ingenuity. Like the tough part, yeah, I feel like Eric is one of the like different breed. He is so sick. I love that dude. I love that dude.
I love his family's great too. You know, his dad. I've never met
Dude,
his mom, I don't think, but his dad is awesome. You know, and
awesome. Like what a yeah. That's what I loved about Bintang. I
yeah,
thought like we had a lot of good people. Like some of the dopest yeah, there obviously we have parents that are like annoying, but we also did
every
have
club
like
does. Every club
right.
does.
We also had that like said like the reason why it's so important is because like for me like I would be telling the parents a lot and it'd be like so cool. They're like, yeah, there's like such an untapped part of like badminton that we could just we could learn a lot more about.
For sure. Next question: do people compare you to your brother?
No, I probably compare myself more. Like I'll bring it up before you would think of it because I already thought of it. Like, come on, like what you think I haven't thought of that?
Yeah.
It's like you're on the same thing. Like of course, our brother's part of our life, but no. The way I think about it's like this. Not, I don't. What Gokul does not matter to me. Does not affect me. It's like he's an entity regardless of me. But it's cool to like use him as a guide, like as a framework. Does that make sense? Like, and it's like. Especially because like I can't compare myself to brother because if you actually think about comparing, it's like stupid. Me and my brother play opposites, like literally polar opposites of the game. Like I play the game the way I want to. He plays it a very, very, very structured approach. And it's like I play with randomness. He plays with like very consistency and just power and just get it in. Like it's tough comparing it like that. No, more of what it is, it's more like how can I get better on something that he's good at? How can I add that to mine? Does that make sense? Like, how could like something about him that makes, because I think a lot of stuff is cool. And I'm like, oh, I want to be able to do that. It's just like, did you see it? And how are you going to add that to your arsenal? That was like the main thing. It was never really, like for a while I struggled with that, but it was more an extrapolation of life, not badminton. Badminton, I was always very confident in myself because it was like that was my thing, man. Like I'm sure you feel the exact same. It's like, dude, this shit's my thing. Like, nah.
I think it's
you know what I mean?
I think it's a little different for me with Ricky because our parents are coaches, and then we get.
I completely understand that. Makes sense. Yeah.
But
no.
I do agree on your side too. You know,
no. I would say this: like when I was in badminton, I'm comparing myself, but after I like grew and understood it, I was like, okay, there's no need for that. Like, what good does it tell you? Because like towards the end, because it was like this, I didn't suffer from as much of that because I was winning before Gokul.
Yeah.
So like I had set my own trend, and then Gokul found his own trend, and then we were both on our own.
I see.
Like what sucks about yours was like having two coaches. It's a lot of pressure. It's like you're like thinking like, am I ever going to be that good? But I think what you'll realize, like college will open your mind like crazy. Dude, I was on that shit. Like I understand. It's like comparatory is scary because you also don't know what they're going through, right? There's a lot of stuff that they're going through that expresses themselves in that way. And if you're just trying to copy it, you end up just being like it's like you also lose the opportunity to learn about yourself. You know, that's the biggest thing. That's what I really want to emphasize. Too many people can't even spend time with themselves. I'm sure you ask these kids, they can't even spend an hour with themselves. They're not supposed to, but aim for it. Like grow to the point where you actually know yourself. You're not just playing a game of life that's just like, okay, someone told me to do this, cool, I'll do that. Okay, no. Understand, you know?
Yeah. Great. Next question. What's it like playing Adrian Lee?
Oh, dude, that he was. I remember in high school, that game was so hard. I was like, bro, I actually had to try so hard for that game. Oh yeah, no, I remember that day, dude. No. I'll literally run it down. It was so crazy. I was like, Adrian Lee can't be that good, right? Like he wasn't good at.
Adrian Lee's the Asian guy, right?
Exactly. The left-hander at Wasian, I was like, he wasn't that good in the circuit. Like, it wasn't, okay. Here's what I think. A lot of people, they're good. They just don't have the brain for it. They just, there's some inconsistency in their brain and how they look at badminton where they aren't able to play at their full potential. Like, there's, like, points where they should have the shot and they just make a mistake. Something like that. It's not just random. No. People think it's random. No, it's very, like, something's, like, inconsistent. Something they just didn't practice, right? So I was always under that mindset that I could just been, then he beats me. No, not even beat. No, he just, like, absolutely, like, kills me. And it's high school badminton. I'm like, come on, I cannot be doing it. I cannot be losing, bro. Losing sucks. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try. So I started trying. The second game I played, and it's going better, but it's still tough. I was like, okay, no, I'm just gonna go all the way. And so I just like turned up the bar, and I was just like, no, fine. You like push me to that level, okay, we'll play that game. And I was like, all right, bet this. And I just like, I remember that game. All I did was smash net because I remember that week before training, I had watched. Dude, there's a Boston Open badminton player who is so Bing Hong. Bro, if you watch him play, his cleanness is so insane. So I was trying to mimic that, and all I was doing was just spin net smash, and all Adrian was doing blocking, pushing. It was just like such a long game, but I remember that was intense because I actually like the high school badminton sees how I yell because I don't like yell to the side. I yell at him like no. It's personal. It's very much personal.
High school's very different. Personal. High school is very different. Like with plastic.
In high school, exactly. In high school, I'd never do that. But this time, I was like, you know what? Well played. Yeah. You took me to that level. I'll start bringing that up.
Like normally, like when I played high school, like I can't like I'm like on a way lower level because for me, I use so much cuts and so much stuff in my skills but you can't cut a plastic bird. You know what I mean? So
no, literally what I'm saying. Yeah, like you cannot cut like.
You have to hit it.
Okay, no. You can't. Yeah, exactly. It's even stupider than that. You can't even cut. You can't even slice. Nothing. Yeah. You have to hit it face flat. So you're like, okay. The only time you can slice is net drops. You're like, all right. I'm gonna win the damn net and I'm gonna win the back. That's all that matters. And it's like, dude, yeah. Learning that.
And the gyms are trash too. Like it's so slippery, and especially the one in Independence. The one where we play NCS at, like where there's red, white, and like once it gets into the back, you can't see anything.
You can't. It's literally a coin flip. It's like watching baseball all over again. It's like, bro, where the bird at, bro? I'm literally RNGing the swing. Like, no. Yeah. Like, yeah. I care a lot about that. That's why LABC was my favorite. Like, what's your favorite gym? No. LABC was my nice favorite. Yeah. Like that shit was high. Like, dude, I love LABC. OCBC was crazy. OCBC was great. Like those were the best memories. Like you remember Matthias? You remember? Oh my god. We had such a crazy roster back then. Like of talent, of young talent. Yeah. It was like me, you, Eric, Matthias. Like we were grinding it at our age. Clayton, Eric, and then the age above us was like Richard, Andre, like Ricky, and like them. And it was so cool. But I hate that we didn't like we lived up to ours, but I feel like the next is just not or like we're slowing down. Like we're not going to our peaks of potential. We're just like aiming to be okay. That's where we've got to cut that trend.
For sure. Like with Matthias, man, you bring up Matthias, like for the people that don't know, Matthias is a great player back then, and he played with us. But I actually know the reason why he quit.
Yeah.
It was. Do you know?
Yeah. I remember I remember like his mom pulled him out. There was like some pretty like complications with him, Eric, some stuff like that.
No, I know what happened. What happened was so Matthias wanted to play with me for doubles. But Matthias was partnered with Trevor, who was the son of, BBC's owner. And what happened was, I think they were like, you can't partner with somebody else, and then they just didn't like the going back and forth, and then they just quit.
I feel that.
And then
it was that's so tough.
But I felt so bad for Matthias. But
right, like but Matthias was like an Eric and singles. Like he was good, bro. Like Matthias would have been
back then. It was just because like you're like in another age group, right? So it was always me, Eric, and Matthias back then. Just all three were just
exactly. Yeah, because I had to train with them. because when I was younger, dude, I'd get in trouble a lot. So they'd always like throw me into the big guys group.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so painful. Like you know Indian run where like you run from
Oh
the
yeah,
back and
yeah.
then you
And you go
bro,
back
we
to the
used
front.
think the harder version is now, okay, you like run, like think about like 4 courts, you run around it, but like now it's not just like from the back to the front, you go from the front all the way to the back. So you have to sprint faster than the group and go to the back. But imagine if you're with U19 kids as a U11 kid, you're just like,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
doomed. You're like always chasing them and you're like, okay, coach,
Yeah.
I'll listen. But yeah, it was such a, you know what I mean? Like it was such a
Yeah.
good time back then. Like I miss that shit. It's like,
Yeah.
damn,
For sure.
I miss that time.
Nice. Next question. What was it like playing with Ryan Nebu?
Fire, crazy. Like, I hope you guys experience stuff like that in your life. That shit was insane. I felt like for the first time in doubles, I knew what I had to do and I knew what he had to do, and it made it so much easier, man. All I had to know what to do was like, Karthik, like, dude, I'm so instinctively used to not putting pressure on my shots. No. I like to place. I love to place. I love to I love placing shots.
Mm-hmm.
So like getting used to the fact that when it comes to me and I just have to hit it hard, like that's all I had to get used to. But that's all I had to focus on. You see, like when I was playing doubles before that, I felt like it was hard. It was really hard for me. It was very strenuous on me because I just didn't know what to do. I just like, you know what I mean? But playing with Ryan was so good. I remember that shit, man. That shit was fire.
Yeah, I think Ryan's like a doubles player, you know, unlike Eric Chang, who's a more singles player. So
You
I think
see that?
Eric,
It made it made the definition of the spaces so much easier. It was like, Karthik, focus on the front. That's all you, because I didn't even like the back. I hate the back. Like, I hate smashing. Like, smashing to me sucks because I love smashing in singles because it's not the power of the smash that matters. It's the angle and where you place it. No. It's not like the power adds to it, but a lot of it is placement. But here it's more like, boom, boom, boom. No. I ain't like that. I just don't play like that. So like learning how to play on rolls was really cool. And it was really cool that Ryan was much better than me at doubles. So all I had to do was listen. It was not a conflict of egos.
Ryan's a good doubles player. Yeah.
Like I never felt like, oh, maybe we could try this. No. Ryan, you decide, we do. Because it's like, I don't know as much as you. You lead the ship and I'll follow. Like this is my turn to be like the just learn and listen. And like that, like it was a really fun experience. Like I remember I really enjoyed doubles after that. Like, I'd be real. Like, I really didn't like doubles before that. I really didn't enjoy it. Even in training, I wouldn't have fun. Like, and I really, really had a lot of fun that last tournament. We had junior nationals. It was, not even his last year, actually. So the year before me, is it 2018? Or 2019, probably
nationals or
it was Milwaukee. Nationals.
Oh, Milwaukee, yeah.
We had such a great run. I was like, wow,
Did you guys make it to the finals?
I think we played. I don't know who we played.
Who did we lose to?
I played Bryce and Ethan. We won. I just remember that. That's all I remember.
We played Bryce and Ethan in semis. No, we played Bryce and Ethan in 3/4. 3-4.
Oh, okay. Then we lost.
So we were on the other side. Yeah,
I remember Bryce and Ethan are easier than you and Derek. More in the sense, it's like, Bryce and Ethan's like I don't know. I don't know how
Bryce and Ethan I would say is more of a doubles player, but Bryce is more of a singles player, 100%. Bryce.
But they're just both trolling mentally, bro. I don't know what they're thinking. Like what? Like Ethan looks like he doesn't even want to be on the court, and Bryce looks like he's just Bryce. I love Bryce though. Bryce, what I realized, it's not that he doesn't care. It's just like he just doesn't show it that much. It's so it's so funny. So, exactly. For the longest time, I just associated with him not wanting it. I was just like, all right, bet this guy's good. But
I think when we play against Bryce and Ethan, for me and Derek, like it was like for a while, it was like, oh, we're playing against like, you know, the people that we looked up to for a while, and like, you know, because obviously Bryce, they're great players. You know, and for singles, I think they're better in singles by themselves. But once we got over that, and then we're like, we got to win this game, then it would be easier.
That was like, That was like opposite. It was like we weren't really that scared of them, but they were like pretty. It was like, because I train with them. I'm not scared of people I train with because I know how you play. Like I understand you, but we were way more scared of like playing like you and Derek, because you guys actually understand. Like you guys are playing like real doubles. And then it's like figuring out how to beat that. But with like Ethan and Bryce, it's more like two singles players. How do we exploit them? How do we make them feel stupid on the court? But it's like, that's how I felt when I was playing with Ryan. I was like, fuck, dude. Because at the beginning, no one would pick on me. No one. And then when I played with Ryan, I was finally getting started to pick on. Does that make sense? Like, I was like, okay, does that make sense? It was like, that's why I don't like doubles. It's like, there's so much like, there are very few doubles players where they're on the same wavelength, and those do well. It's like you and Derek, same wavelength. You guys know what's up. You guys like understand it intuitively and just do it. It's like very few doubles players are on that level. And I realized if you do get to that level, it's so easy. Because I feel like it's not that much thinking. It's a lot more just like you're just doing it. You just know what to do and you've gotten used to it. And the way to get better is just to increase your speed and reflexes. But getting to that point is tough. I never really found like a really sick doubles player until Ryan, I felt like. And Justin Big Keelis, I ain't gonna play that down. Justin Big Keelis was fire, bro. All I had to do was straight net and do like this thing. No, homie would just bam. That shit was insane. I love the front because it's like, it's so fun competing with the other front player. Because you like know like midway through the game who's playing front, who's playing back. Like, and you know, and you're like always competing with them. Like I love that shit. I always talk shit during the game. I'm beat your ass. But yeah, the doubles was a little tougher because like I wasn't as good. So like I couldn't talk as much shit. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to, but I was like, dude, I'm just kicking my ass with. And it would reduce my like how good my trash talking was for singles. So
sure.
All right,
who do you think is the best like front court player for doubles? Like
okay. Wait, drop me some names. I like blanked on that.
There's Derek, there's Winston, there's who else?
Okay. I don't know. This one's gonna be a hot take. Winston's overrated. Winston's just learned the patterns that everyone plays in junior circuit. No, he's not like, I don't know. That's what I think. First I thought it was intuition. Then I like looked at him play. No. He doesn't know that the bird is going there. He just literally makes like a 50-50 guess. But a lot of the time it's right because we just always do that. It's not even because it's like a good, like, I don't know. It's a very small distinction, but it's like, I think he just guesses in that moment. And yes, he gets it more the often right. But if you play against a player who like hits somewhere other than usual, he's not as strong. He's literally not that good when you hit to like places that don't usually come to. But then people like Derek are better in the sense that they're not as intuitive, but when they get there, they're a lot more powerful. Like Winston, I feel like even if I make a bad shot, okay, I have a chance of recovery. It's okay. I just lift it back to Ryan, and then I just like play defense for a little. But with Derek,
Winston is pretty good though.
No. I'm saying the top tier in terms of like they're good. I would prefer Derek because Derek for me brings like juice. Like Winston thinks he has an ego. Winston has an ego and it's so cute. It's like, kid, you play like you play the front. I don't know. It's cute. It's like, get good at singles and then we'll talk. But it's like, he didn't bring juice to the game. I didn't feel like he wanted. It just felt like, I
think Winston always like, Winston has that face where he's like very like, he doesn't show a lot of emotion. He doesn't
exactly. And this is all my opinion. This is how I looked at it back then. Like when I would like look at these people, I just like, wow, that's how I thought of them. I'd be like, yeah, I just felt like he was like cockier than me. And I'd be like, now I just want to beat you all the time. Like when I played Winston, I would like make an attempt to just like hit him or just like do something. I was like annoyed. I'd just be like, fuck that. You think you're better than me? No, cute. That's cute. Obviously,
Winston has that like sarcastic,
exactly,
like, sarcastic, funny.
It gets to you.
He's pretty funny though. When he's a nice guy.
It's so funny. Yeah. It's so funny when he trolls other people. I love it. It's so funny because it's like I only get annoyed at it when I look at it in my perspective, but I understand it. Like otherwise, do you understand? Like in that moment, I would feel like, damn, you really just slaughtered me right there. Now I'm coming for you. But yeah, then I would say in the back players, right, the two Ryans and you were like pretty crazy, and then everyone else was just like some form of trying to be that. You know what I mean? Like no one else I thought was like really like doing well in the back. Like they had the back covered. Like Jacob was okay. Jacob was more placement though. Just everything.
Jacob, you mean Jacob Zane? I think Jacob was like player. Is that
exactly like when he played doubles, even though they were decent, it was just like, okay, they're not too bad. It was just lifted, let Jacob smash. But Ryan, you and the other Ryan Zhang, Ryan Nibu, and you guys had smashes. You guys had actual power, right? So it like made it interesting. It would like made it.
But I mean, cool. it was only easier for me because Derek was so good at what he does, and I wouldn't be able to do it.
Like the system only worked because like both you guys did what you guys did so well. So when you guys came together, it became
Derek serves. You played against us, so Derek serves are just
bro. bro.
Crazy.
Like I hate serving. No, I'm put
Yeah.
out there, bro. I hate serving in doubles. No, that
Yeah.
shit freaks the shit out of me. I'm
Derek
freaking
never
that dude.
misses, bro. Derek
Yeah,
never
yeah,
misses.
yeah, yeah.
He
He
just
just do you see like that stuff like that? I love it. I love it because they worked on their art. They worked on it as much as you have, and you are now willing to compete for it. Now I'm juiced for this. Now I will like. I remember that JIT doubles game. That was the most insane thing I've ever gone through. That was the most like we were. I don't. It was like we had already weren't gonna make it out of the groups because we had lost to Winston and someone else.
Winston and Ryan.
Winston and Ryan, and then we had to play you and then Derek, and then we just barely liked it out. I remember that. I like had never served that well in like 3-point sessions. It was not possible. Like I've never served that well, but it was like, oh my god, that was a crazy game. That was a pretty cool time in life.
Definitely. Next question. Man, we spent a long time on that one. All right, next question. What was it like playing Alexander before and after he started winning tournaments? And you kind of answered that already, but you can.
Dude, yeah, he's crazy. Like Alex is one of the dopest people I've met. Dude, you know what made Alex hard? You know what made Alex so hard? See, it's very easy for me to play against people when I just find something about them that annoys me, and I just use that to like provoke me. No, that's actually what I do. Like I find things about them that would annoy me and make me in my mad mode because you literally can't beat me when I'm mad. You literally can't. No. Like not US Badminton. No one in my age category could. But Alex, I just couldn't. Like Alex is just too good of a human being. Like this, he doesn't do anything wrong. He loses the point, picks up the bird properly. You like everything is just so good. Like I have no complaints. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, now it's a battle against myself. That's where it gets interesting. It's like Alex really made me feel like I was playing against myself. There were so many times where I hit it out where I knew in that instant I could hit it in. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like I just felt so constrained. So like, yeah, that's the power of Alex. Alex is such a great player. I will always remember. Like it's so cool. Like he made me really reinvent how I thought about stuff.
For sure. Great. Next question. Do you miss Bryce and Ethan?
No, not really. I don't miss people. It's more like, you know, like you're moving on to a place in your life. I'm moving on to a place of mine. It's like it's cool. It's like I can't wait to see like where we go though. That's the coolest part. It's not more like miss. It's just like, holy shit, what are you guys doing? What are you guys up to? Like what's sparking your mind now, right?
Yeah, for sure. Next question. How was your match against Bruno Barreto? I don't know how to pronounce this, but Barreto.
Dude, that's crazy.
In the Pan Am in Brazil.
Like, what the dude, that game was insane. That game was insanity. No, I remember that game. It was the first game I pulled up. Like, Bruno, he's a clown. Come on, everyone. Come on.
I've known Bruno for like years.
Exactly. You know this. You know everyone's been clowning on him in the circuit. He was the biggest clown. I'm not afraid to say it. Like, he was literally the biggest clown. Like, Peruvians would clown on you. You're just a big little boy, and you just wasn't good. You were good, so you got the clout. Does that make sense? He didn't get that, and he was actually so good. He was so good. Like, imagine playing someone like Alex, but a little more mistakes, but the airflow sucks. It's so hard. It's so hard. I was like, but that got me ready for the rest of the tournament. That game set my mind. I was like, okay, if the first game was that tough, everything is going to be that tough. And it really got my mind ready. Because after that, it's not that I was cruising. Every game was hard. But it wasn't like I never felt like I was physically strained. Does that make sense? It was more like mentally how I was figuring out what to do. I rarely felt physically strained until Jonathan Matias, but I should have smacked him second. I should have smacked him. He's just so big, bro. He literally makes you feel like a damn dwarf, and you're like, hold up. I feel like
he joined the army now.
Here. Yeah, Jesus, that is too tough. Just literally move to US, man. Yeah, but it's not too bad.
I've known Bruno for a long time, ever since I was young, because I go to Peru because we have family there, right? And so yeah, I've known Bruno for a long time. He's a funny guy, you know, and he's so chill. Chill. Yeah, but once he grew up, you know, he became so mature, and he's a dog on the court. He fights, right? He fights.
Exactly. I have utter respect for people who are dogs because you bring it out in me. And we compete, and then outside of the court, it's literally pure respect. In the court, we're trash talking, we're doing all this. But outside of the court, it's nothing but respect for these people. Because you bring it out in me, and I bring it out in you. Like, in the end game, we're both winning, you know?
Yep, for sure. Next question. How many points can you get off of Goku?
I'd say, like, I don't even think about that. So that stuff sounds stupid to think about. Like, if you really think about that, bro, come on,
Yeah.
grow
Yeah.
up, grow up. But like, okay, fine. For the sake of it, I think like in my prime, I'd say like when I was at my prime and he was at his, I'd say like we'd be like 18, 19, or I'd like be slightly starting to get win. I think, dude, like U19, if I had continued how hard I was working first year, I would have probably surpassed. I think that summer I lost singles, right? And I was so mad. I lost to Neo Vasu. Nah, I ain't even gonna
I
cap.
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I trained too hard
I
for
didn't
that
know
shit.
that.
Nah. Or
Okay.
like I didn't train hard enough, and I was like, that is a sign that you are just taking life too easy. And I was like, I went back and I was like, I'm gonna train hard. I'm gonna like that is disgusting. I don't know about you guys. I don't normalize it to lose in quarterfinals. That's disgusting. I don't normalize that. That's not normal for me.
Yeah.
I go in there thinking I'm going to win. And it's like, when that doesn't happen, I get annoyed. I get mad. And I was like, Karthik, this is all on you. Go back, work. And I just literally just like fed me shots. And all I do, like jump smash, everything, work on everything. And I go to Pan Ams and I'm just destroying. I'm like killing everyone. And I like realized in that moment, you work hard, it's always worth it. It's not cap, man. It's not cap. You work hard, you get rewards. It's always how it's
for
been,
us. It's like
always been.
Yeah, and for us, it's like at our point, it's like if you don't get a gold medal, it doesn't count. You know, it doesn't count.
It's not valuable to me. Like I don't give a if it's not gold. Nah. Yeah. It's a very basic concept, but it's like I realize only a few people or like a couple people are like it, but like, dude, it's not okay for me. It's not okay like this. Like, especially in sports, always look at it like that. Because I think a lot of people try to also like put you down when you lose. I like noticed that. A lot of people like to put you down when you lose. And I like what I've noticed is like I try to give it as little chance for society to tell me like I'm not good enough. That's what I realized. Like we have too many people here that are just like there to like tell you you're not doing well. Like what? Like so you don't have enough time to work on your own stuff. You're like what? Or, you know what I mean? Like become more like inward looking. How can I fix this problem myself? You know?
Yeah, for sure. Last question. What racket did you use in the 2019 Junior World Championships?
Oh, I remember. I was very opinionated with rackets. I was like, there was one racket that I thought was insane. It was you remember when Voltric 80 came out? Yeah. It was Voltric 70. Yeah. That was black. Okay. I'll tell you why I love that. Raymond Shaw was using that. Raymond for a long time was my idol in terms of badminton. I thought it moved from like Philip to like Vincent to like Raymond, because I thought like Phillips was too much for me. I was like, you have like I felt like we had like similar levels of talent, but it was more like he was way more explosive with it. He wanted to play like that. I was more like I like to like I like to make them pay for it. I like to make them work for it. But I understood his side of the perspective. Like I was like, okay, that's really cool. I want to do that too. And then there was Vincent, who I thought brought like such a beautiful way of like, dude, his placement is nice. Nah. People underrate Vincent on that one. Vince's placement is so insane. And then you had Joe, who was same thing. But Raymond, I thought was so sick. As he played like, he literally did not give a fuck what happened to me. He's like the opposite of me. Like he just did not care. And in that, he found a way to try, which was really cool with me. And that's what, I don't know, these like, I just like always looked up to these people to emulate something about them. And so like, even their racket would be important. Does that make sense? Like that's how far I would take. I'd be like, I want that racket because maybe it's something about the racket that makes him play like that. Some stupid thing I would justify in my mind. So I remember I was really hooked on that. Voltric 70 for the longest time, I was hooked on that. Then it went to the Voltric 70 had a reskin, which was like the white one, and then with the gray and so the E-tune was fire. I used that for a while, but then I moved into like heavier rackets, which were like favorite racket now. Oh, the blue and black one, bro. You ain't telling me that's sexy as hell. The it's like the one that with duality side. It's like that has the black on one side, blue.
Is it dual 10 or dual 7?
Here, let me see.
Dora.
Cool. Let me look it up. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like,
okay.
Yeah, I haven't, because when I play now, I usually am borrowing someone's racket. I've gone past the point where I have my own. But when I'm in Irvine, I'm trying to get back into it because I'm like,
Mhm.
you know what? I'm over the point where I'm immature and I'm like, okay, you know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep.
Astrox. It's one of the Astrox. Okay, yeah.
Astrox
Astrox.
88 or
Yeah.
Astrox
Astrox
90.
is insane. Like that.
Yeah, I
Dude,
use
dude.
Astrox too. I use Astrox too.
Bro, that's my it's literally as if they took the Voltric 70 and put more like amp on it. Like you felt
Yeah.
like you were actually hitting. And I remember Astrox 77, I think. It was
Oh, okay.
it
Oh, that's
like
for
I
Astrox 77. I think is for more like front court, like.
exactly that's what I love. Like I hate heavier rackets because like
Mhm.
I just use my wrist most of the time, and that's what
Yeah.
my coaches would always tell me. They'd be like, "Karthik, like use your arm more and like stuff like that." But I like to play a lot like pew, pew, and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So that really helped me. That was like my favorite racket. I remember the design on it was
Yeah.
that was stupid, bro.
I
I
love the
was like, "That,
Astrox line. I love the Astrox line.
dude, it's fire, bro. It's fire." Like I get so
Definitely.
hyped over this stuff. Yeah, it's
Yep.
crazy.
For sure. All right, that is the end of the questions for today. Thank you so much, Karthik, for coming in. Before we go off, I do want to say, like, we have both of us, we have mad respect for, Don and William and
Exactly.
everybody,
Everything. You have to take
everyone.
everything is like the grain of salt. Like
Yeah,
I said it
yeah,
from my perspective as a
yeah,
competitor, but
yeah.
in that we understand the beauty of itself, the badminton.
Yes. We don't want no hate to Don or anybody like that.
Yeah,
They're all
yeah,
amazing players, all amazing players. But yeah, besides that, thank you so much for coming in today, Karthik. I really appreciate you giving us your time and giving us your insight on junior badminton. So I
yeah.
appreciate that. And
Thank you
thank you
for
to
having
everybody
me.
else.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, everybody else, for watching and listening and tuning in. Make sure everybody click the like button and the subscribe button down below to show some support for the channel. And also make sure you DM me or email me with the Instagram or email in the description down below for the online physical training class. And besides that, we are out. Thank you, guys.
All right. See ya.